Welcome to Watercolor by Scarlett. That's me, of course. So I was recently asked by one of my wonderful patrons if I would appear in a video. I haven't been in any videos in a while. Chicken. I haven't been in any videos in a while because I've been concentrating on doing the top shots and trying to get all these technique videos for you guys. I actually have a ton. I wanted to show you this. This is not really what I was going to do today at all, but let's see if I can show you. So I did it. I managed to survive the entire month of October, and all these little, can you guys see that there's scribbles all over that? This is my lineup for November. According to this, I will be doing a video every single day in November. I don't think that's realistic. There are other sides to my art business that I also need to concentrate on. I also sell my work, and obviously I do client commissions and such things, and commercial work, and I can't just be filming. So so while I really want to continue filming every day, I think I might be more like once every second day or maybe every third day, but I'm gonna try to put out as many as I can because I do have, you know, this entire month to do, and this is just the month of November. Now the month of December, let me see if I have that written in here too. There's a quail in my room. Right, and the month of December is also full, although it only goes to the 19th. So, but there are a few that I missed last month where I randomly decided to do different things, or I was painting in the evening and thought I would, and I pretty much film most of what I do, and so I went through it and was like, oh, that's great, I'm gonna turn that into something and put it out there for you guys. So I have a whole bunch of extras that there we go, one little quail. You say hi? No, no, no jump, no jump, no jump, you're good, you're good, you're good. I know, there's lights. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You wanna go down? Are you? Yes. This little guy, he actually might appear in a few of my videos. He's missing a whole bunch of feathers on his head because he's been attacked. His brothers have been picking on him. They're kind of like slippery fish, right? Little slippery quails, they like to hop away. Whoop. Okay, down you go. But they're very tame, so once I put them on the ground, they don't go anywhere. There's 3 of them under my desk. Yes, they poop, and that's, yes you do, don't you? They poop, and that's a whole other discussion, which I will be talking about on my homesteading channel. Do you guys know I have 3 channels? I have a gardening channel, a homesteading channel, and an art channel. Most of my time and attention goes into the art channel and obviously Patreon, and then all the other things I do. But I am getting into doing a few things about chickens again and homesteading in general, so that, you know, will come. Anyway, I love doing it. I find these things very interesting. These are my topics and I enjoy putting them out there. So here I am. I just wanted to come in here and appear on this video because I was requested. Thank you, John, for requesting. So today's tutorial is actually about my palette. This is the palette you probably see in most of my tutorials. I have a whole bunch of others. I have ones that I'm reviewing or just I've purchased and I'm playing with them to see how they go, and some of them show up. I have a few from A Gallo, which I really like, and I'm using them too. This one, however, this is my porcelain palette. Now, I purchased this from Brosner. Brosner is a German, well, it's a German company, but it's all over Europe, and it is in German and French and the few different versions of German, right? Austrian German and Swiss German, but it is not in English. It is not an English website. So if you have access to it, they will speak English, of course, if you go there. And if you call, they will speak English too, and they will probably help work with you. I can only imagine. It's my favorite store. It's huge. It's awesome. They have locations everywhere. But that's where I got my porcelain palette, and of course the lid that goes with it. Now, in the States, because I've been asked so many times where to get this, I believe you can get it at Cheap Joe's. At least last time I looked, they had it. So it's just a porcelain palette. It's nice. It's very thin. It's not very heavy. I wouldn't take it with me because it's obviously not, you know, it might crack or break or something. I have a lot of these. This one I have just one, but I have a lot of the lids or plates, porcelain, they're not really plates, but porcelain palettes that are perfectly square with really high edges. Not plate at all that you would use for a dinner plate, but definitely good for doing art on. Yeah, so you guys could check out Cheap Joe's. That's a good place. I haven't found it on Amazon. I've looked a few times. Now, okay, I do have it listed on my art school. I think on the very first page, if you go halfway down or so, there might say something about extra, maybe it's at the bottom, it says something about extra materials or extra things that, you know, supplies. I think I have the palette linked there. And there are links. They're not actually affiliate links. I don't get anything back from them. Nobody clicks on them. So Amazon kicked me out. Like, you have, you know, 5 people clicked on them in, I don't know, 4 months or something. So Amazon was like, sorry, we're canceling your account. So links are still there, but I won't actually get anything, so don't worry about it. You know, if you want to click, click, and if you don't. It doesn't matter. But today's little blurb is about the palette, how I clean the palette, how I prep the palette, and the fact that I found the legend to the palette. So I'm kind of giving it away, but the legend, it was in my box with all my other sketches and stuff. Here's an Easter egg. This is a piece that might be coming up shortly. One doesn't know. I think I'm also going to put this onto Society 6. I think it would be really, really awesome as the back of a phone cover. Do you guys think that would be great? Now, I don't have a phone cover because my phone, I'm filming on it, but can you imagine that's just staring at you while you're, I think it's awesome. I need to paint it. I will be painting it as an actual tutorial or a demo with a little bit of description about what and how, of course. And yeah, and then I think I might put the picture, some variation of this onto Society 6, which is somewhere you guys can go and check out my work. And there's not a lot there right now, so don't all rush off and go check it out this very second. Come back in a month or so and I will have a bunch of new stuff because I'm trying to do some more animals. I actually don't normally do animals. It's not my thing historically, but going forward I want to paint maybe in the month of November. I think I'm going to have a lot more animals in November, December, especially because winter's coming and I love winter. You can see a little bit outside the front. I've got some buckets for the animals that have fallen over in the rain today. And I think, is that the handle of a shovel on the window? That's the front door. I think, no. So, yes. So in November and probably December, I'm going to try to draw all of my animals. So I have ducks and chickens and quail, rabbits, goats, and then also the wild animals are here. So the deer, the babies, the fawns, and bucks, squirrels. There's a whole bunch of wild birds that come around. And we have some other animals which are also, you know, they're not here as often, but they are around, beavers. So I'm going to try, I think that would be my goal, is to paint all the animals that I feed or watch or have tamed in some way, or they're just generally, they live in the vicinity of my home and property and surrounding. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Anyway. So on to today's little tutorial, which seems silly because really this is like its own little tutorial. We're going to talk about the palette and all the great things relating to it. So without ado, I will say thanks for watching and on to the next part. Toodaloo. I found my legend. This is worth noting. I found my legend. I'm gonna put a photo of this onto the school, into my reference, maybe right in the front page. So when you guys are watching my stuff, you can download this and you can check what my colors are. This is so old, and I finally know what my colors are again. So that means here, when I'm using this is the legend for it. It goes this way. when I'm using this, I can finally say this is deep red, this is magenta, this is rose d'or, this is madder lake deep. Some of these I knew for sure. Like a lot of these lemon yellow, Indian yellow, yellow ochre, a lot of them I knew, but other things like the madder lake deep, I wasn't sure if that was madder lake deep or this was deep red or maybe vice versa. And here we have natural tint, burnt umber, Payne's gray, raw umber, indigo, sepia brown, turquoise, phthalo blue, and Davies gray. I love Davies gray. These are all open. These are so I have extra spots to make little mixes when I'm using them. And then this is sap green, hooker's green, permanent green olive, and May green, green yellow, yellow ochre, Indian yellow, and lemon yellow. So there you go. I finally found my legend. Wow, I was really excited. So I have a lid for this, and it would be very intelligent if I just closed the lid all the time. This is actually the lid, and they fit together perfectly, like so, and then it stays nice and safe. But I use it every single day, so if I close it, I have to open it again. And I also find that when I have things closed, I'm less likely to use them because they're closed, so I don't like to close it. So I'm going to tap some water on each one of these. I'm using Da Vinci size 4. This is Petite Grise Pure. And it says size 4, but this is huge. If you go with like the 35s, the Maestro series, this would be equivalent to maybe a size 14. And it's not cheap. It's definitely not cheap. I looked it up recently. I wanted to buy a new one and realized that this particular brush was, well, I don't remember now, but I think it was about 40 euros. So it's a really good brush, high quality, beautiful brush. I use it all the time, and I'm always asked about it, which is why I'm mentioning it. So, and all this stuff will be in, or all of this information is on my school. If you guys want to check it out, I have a full list of the materials I like to use, the products I like to use, etc., etc. Okay, so everybody is nice and wet. All my colors are nice and wet now. This one just got mixed in with the other one. And this is really important. Now, the dust doesn't matter so much if the colors are wet. It's just when they are dry that they look dreadful. Adding water with this brush is easy because I'm just touching it on the side and putting in a drop. If I want to mix the paint, I want to use something like this. This is a brush. This is my Murano 310 size 4. That's a good example of size 4, right? Compared to, you know, they're both size 4. Jeepers creepers. You see that? So this brush I've had for years, and it's a lot of fun because it's short, but it's gotten so old that now it's really only good for mixing paints. You don't want to use a good brush to mix your paints to get them going. And this is actually supposed to be lemon yellow. It is not. There's something else in there. And I think a few of these colors are wrong, so I'm going to lift some of them out. Just lifting out the water, and that's enough to take the color, the mixed color out. Bring me back to my original shades. This one is two-toned again. You gotta be careful doing this because you can get really dirty. All right, now I can put a little bit of water there and here and here, and that's all I need. I don't need a ton. Okay, so that was how I maintain an old palette, how I just refresh the colors and dealing with dust and other such things. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in tomorrow's tutorial. Toodaloo!